car me and Chris Wee is getting. The plate number is 918 SV Super Veloce 918. You know 918 is the Cayman, right?
Yeah.
No, 981.
No, 918.
Previous is 98.
918.
918 is a spider, bro.
918 spider, correct.
Yeah. My room number is 718.
Yeah. You wanted to drive first, right?
Can?
You're on the wrong side.
Fuck. That's the thing you get when you come to Europe. Okay, keyless entry. Look at this, guys. Frameless doors. Frameless doors on a D segment 4-door sedan. Oh, the interior is beautiful. I've never seen this amount of open pore wood on a dashboard. Crazy. Okay, we're gonna go in and explore the car. Oh, looks damn nice. This is no longer the 508, you know. This is now
Not the Peugeot your father used to drive.
yeah, this is now a proper 4-door coupe. Okay. First looks, it looks fantastic. My god. USB ports down there. Proper. Armrest. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I need to get this out of my way first. Okay, I am 5'11". Yes. Yes. I'm Bobby Yang. I'm 5'11". I have 4 fingers of headroom in a 4-door coupe. I have proper leg room in a 4-door coupe. This is brilliant. This car is smaller on the outside, but properly optimized on the inside. I like it. And look at this garnish here. Oops, sorry, Chris. Oh, I love it. Oh,
And here we go, folks. This is it.
nice.
Today is the day.
Yeah. So do you prefer the white one or the red one? I think the white one looks exquisite. Beautiful, beautiful. And there is the dark blue one. That's a black one. And that's a very unique color, like the olive green kind of color. And yep. Let's have a look at the car. Okay. Now this car is equipped with the radar cruise control, cameras over here. So this car has adaptive cruise control with lane departure assist, lane keep assist. Okay, then look at the sides. You have beautiful jewelry like headlamps. Okay, now this is pretty interesting. This entire daytime running light. Okay, it's not those LED bars that they stick, you know. This is well integrated into the bumper, and when you turn your signal, this whole thing lights up. Lovely, lovely. Okay, what is very unique about this is that now, as I mentioned earlier on, all cars now, this part needs to be plastic because of pedestrian crash safety. But you look at Mercedes-Benz, you look at BMW, they just cut one line across, even the new Volvo S60 as well. But what Peugeot did, they turned this into a design feature. So now you look at the bonnet opening, it's like a clamp, and this one is cohesive. And then they have a new badging for the 508, proudly emblazoned here. I think this is the first car that put the model designation in the front of the car, on the front of the car. That's pretty unique. So you have the roof, you have some concave structure there. It helps with rigidity, it helps with aerodynamics as well. And then of course this part, look at this. It could be a chrome, but this is a gloss black, which looks really good. And then here you have the designation that is a GT variant. And then look at this part. Chris, can you put on the signals? Put on the signals for me. Look at that. That's how it looks. Beautiful, isn't it? So this car is very, very unique when it comes to its styling. I really like it. Very, very nice. You have this wipers that sits below the bonnet as well, so the wind actually cuts off like that, so it doesn't disrupt the aerodynamic flow. Then you have large side mirrors, not too big, not too small, which is just nice enough. The indicators on the left. And that's what's unique about this. You look at how this looks like when it's closed. It just looks like a normal sedan, right? So it's very, very well engineered. Look at that. This looks clean like a concept car. No rubber linings and all that. But when you open it up, they hide the rubber linings inside here. Okay, so this is very, very well designed. So they allow water to run through this part. Okay, and this is what seals it off. So this opening is very wide. So now the 508 became a car that has an opening that no D-segment cars can fight, because this is now a proper 4-door coupe, like an Audi A5 Sportback, except this looks way prettier. Look at the rear. It is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, and I especially like how the spoiler, look at the spoiler, it runs like this, and then this line comes all the way down, integrated tubers with the bumper as well. Very, very nice execution here. I think this is really nice. Really, really beautiful. Alright, so let me try the other thing. I'm attempting to remove this. See, now that you have a very tiny parcel shelf over here. Okay, it's easily removable. You can see that. And you look at where it sits. Very nice attention to detail. Normally you have this thing that sits on top, but this is rubberized now. So when it's rubberized, that means it won't create noise. Okay, and then you have this part that is separated. This is the triangle. Oh, interesting, the box is not red in color. Okay, so what this does is you remove this. Okay, the moment you remove this small parcel shelf, you can easily store it anywhere, and then you can drop the seats. Okay, now one thing they didn't do well over here is that there are no levers at the back here to drop the seats, but you can reach it from the rear, and then you can drop the seats. Let me see if it is flat. Okay, very, very nice. Okay, sorry, this is blocked. So if I drop this down, fantastic. Look at it, it's flat. Okay, this is flat. This means that there is no kink over here. You'll be able to slide your luggage in immediately. And I really like this Alcantara leather. Okay, and then it actually folds flat, but the backpack, come, let me help you. Done.
No, it's fine.
Okay, okay. This feels really, really good. The leather feels good as well, and it's comfy. And I was really surprised when I sit in just now. I have proper headroom, proper leg room. So this boot opening is wonderful.
It's like a lift back.
Yes, fantastic. And the rear lights, look at the rear light clusters. Let me show you guys. Individual stuffs going on. And then there's a black bar in between. Very, very intricate the way they designed this. So it's not just one cover with 3 rows of motif lighting inside. These are actually individual components. Look at that. This one separated by this, and then they go like that. So it's a very, very intricately designed rear light, and I really love how this looks. So now is this still a button? Oh, sadly it's no longer the case, huh? This is no longer the button. And then the boot opening now is over here. You see, they hide this so well. This car is very, very, very well designed. Especially the rear. The rear is just absolutely stunning looking. Beautiful, beautiful. And these chiseled lines, look at that. Look at the way they go. Beautiful. Okay, I can't talk enough. Oh, look at where they mounted. Okay, same lah. Alright. So yeah, that's the exterior of the 508. I especially like this part as well. Look at this. This hangs on top of the headlamp instead of being flush. So that's a very, very nice design cue. They let this part indent in, and then it creates a very, very strong character design. Very, very nice. So that's the red. That is the white. Which one you prefer? So from the exterior, you look at this car now, it looks a lot smaller than the previous 508, but inside it's actually roomier. Very, very nice. Let's go for a drive, and can't wait to show you all the inside over here. Holy moly, this cabin.
Cockpit.
This is So now Crispy is learning all this for me so that I don't have to deal with it. Very nice graphics. Hey, the graphics are a lot
Very
faster.
nice, yeah.
And then this one is lovely touch as well. Except that it doesn't rise up, you know. But this cockpit is slimmer now, but it's very nice. And then you have to look at it from above, from the vantage point of where I sit. It has to be above the steering wheel. Now all Peugeots now have a very tiny steering wheel. They look exquisite, and they actually teaches us how to relearn, you know, using small steering wheels like this. And I love the fact that now they don't have this bar over here. That means you can rest your palm on long distance drive. This is very nice, and it's really tiny. All right, the paddle shifters are here to activate the cruise controls. It's all over here. The lane departure warning, they're all here. I'm not sure if these will arrive Malaysia, but if you buy the GT spec with the 225 horsepower, I think they will have it. And then you have frameless rear view mirrors as well. Very nice. This is just a flipped up, easy. Oh, very easy, pleasing to the eye. Nice.
Mine is lit too.
Yeah, so
I can see that I didn't change.
yeah, I forgot to bring my shaver. Yeah, let's go. And then here you have like a, oh, very nice, like a hidden compartment for your USB ports and all that, so you can put your phones there. There is a wireless charging pad over there as well. Lovely. Oh, this is nice. I love the seating position already. I love the visibility. The roof is slightly low because this is supposed to evoke the sensation of driving a coupe. Okay guys, this is how the reverse camera works. Now when I turn the steering wheel, you can see the blue lines actually moving. So it's nice that it corresponds together with the steering wheel. Now you will see this dark patch over here. So how that works is now Peugeot uses a very clever system whereby it's the front and rear camera that records the surrounding, and then as you pass by, it will actually slowly render it into the full frame. I will move now. As you can see, the dark patches will slowly disappear. Okay, now I move front a bit, then you will see that the front part as well, it is slowly recording the surrounding, and then oops, it jumps out of the frame already. Wait, let me do that again. And oh, it remembers the frame just now. So as I slowly move again, I'll show you what it does. Okay, it actually records the surrounding, and then it remembers it, and then it renders it into frame. I like this approach a lot. This is very clever. Doesn't use a lot of cost. Okay, I'll put it back into park, and then it will switch back into whatever screen you were at. Okay, now this part, that's the Peugeot iCockpit. That's a closer view for you all. So the iCockpit actually has a few driving modes. This is navigation mode, where they blast the navigation on screen full, and then you can change the mode to personal. What do you call that? Personal? That means I can personalize it. Oh my god, I'm not gonna go into this. This one allows me to personalize it. Okay, I'm not doing this because you will kill me. And then there is a minimum mode where you have nothing apart from your speed, and then you have dials, which is the most normal one. This looks really, you know, like our usual cars. And then you have driving for driving. Yeah, that's how it is. Now one thing I believe Peugeot should do is a very easy remedy. Just do a glass panel or an acrylic panel, a plastic panel to cover this LCD screen, because if you look at my fingers, yes, the LCD screen is completely exposed. Now this thing sits very inward into this hood, so even if you put a plastic cover over it, it will not have reflections at all, and that I think would really help protect the LCD screen, because I just felt a bit, ooh, I'm able to press them like those old LCD screens. Nonetheless, it's very high res, it's very great. Alright, one thing that I like a lot is when our navigation is approaching a turn, an important turn, this part will temporarily switch to navigation and then tells me to alarm me that, you know, I have to turn where. Okay, and then over here we have the lane keep assist. Turn it off, you know, press 2 times to open the boot. It's a power boot. And then over here, this stalk here, maybe I can show it from here. Okay, that's the adaptive cruise control to operate it. Okay, it takes some learning. And then that's the steering column mounted pedal shifters. All right, so here you have the it's a single panel, but it's touch sensitive. Now from the back here, it might look a bit dark inside because first of all, this car is not equipped with a panoramic sunroof, and actually the rear windows and the availability of glass house over here is a bit lacking, but that is something you have to give and take when you embark on a coupe styling profile. And that's the so this is how the front cockpit looks. It's a very, very beautiful cabin. It is a cabin that is very original in its execution, a two-tier approach, and after using it for the few hours, we find that it's not only stylish, but it has a lot of practicality, a lot of thoughts put in as well. It's a very, very well executed cabin. Beautiful, original, and not boring at all. And this is something totally new. I've never seen this before. It's not just the patterns. You know, most cars, right, from the rear, you have a very hard shell. But check this out. The seat backs are soft. So when you are a passenger, say for example, someone accidentally, there's a brake or something, right? Your knees push in, it's comfy. This is the first time I've seen any car maker do this, and it's a very, very thoughtful thing to do. Very nice. It's a soft touch plastic kind of material back here. It's the first time I've seen a seat back using this material and this execution. Very, very clever. Very, very nice. All right. So the rear as well, you get the open pore wood layout, the inlays. It's very, very nice. These are laser cut, and yeah, it holds bottles, and this is really nice leather as well. Mosquitoes, sorry. Yep, a very, very nice cabin all in all. Okay, so overall this car has a beautiful cabin. I really like their approach because it is something that we have never seen before. You see, it actively switches to, you see, now I open the doors and then you have those graphics moving on. I really like the graphics that they use in this car. Okay, switch off the car. Yep, show you other things. Love the iCockpit. Let's pop the bonnet. Oh, you get all this premium looking metal plated pedals. Okay, let's have a look. The doors open really wide for the front, sides as well, so ingress and egress is not an issue. Okay, and I really like how they look after you open them because it's frameless. Now we'll try and open the hood. Okay, there's a strut there, so it's very convenient. I just need to pull the lever so it's consistent with your movement of pulling it up. You know, some German cars you have to move to the side, then only you pull it up. Okay, so that's the pure type 1.6 liter engine. Right, so let me show you the rear of the car as well. The GT badge is there, lovely. And then underneath, the lion. Okay, that's the boot. Okay, so this is a four-door coupe now. This no longer competes with your vanilla Camry or Accord. This is straight up Volkswagen Arteon, Audi A5 Sportback territory. Okay, it's a sports four-door coupe. Now the reason that Peugeot embarked on this is that they mentioned that the D segment, the large sedan segment, is no longer as practical as modern SUVs or crossovers. So a lot of consumers has begun jumping from big sedans to SUVs because they are just more practical in that sense. This just caught my eye. I've never seen something like that. Very nice. Okay, so that's why they when they were developing this car, they wanted to make a evocative large sedan because they believe that the selling point of sedans is that they drive well, they have to be very sporty, and they just look in a sleek manner that no SUVs are able to do. And I'm catching this angle as well because, as Chris Wee said, this is the prettiest angle of this car, and I have no rejections about it. This is absolutely stunning looking from this angle. Okay, how the lines are kept tidy, the rear lights that runs across in the front here. Yep. It's a very, very good looking car. Okay, so yep, that's the exterior walk around.
And exit M6202.
So the small steering wheel is very good, very easy to steer. So nice, effortless. This car feels effortless to drive. This is still the 1.6 litre turbo with 225 horsepower, mated to an 8-speed. I'm going about less than 2000 RPM now, 71 km/h. The 6th gear, I'm going to do a full throttle now, and the car will pick up, and it goes down to D3. That means just now from D6 it goes up to D3, and very fast I picked up speed. So I think this powertrain is enough for every situation possible. So for a 1.6 litre, and this engine, we're very familiar with it. Yes, I do know that when it first debuted in the 308 turbo, it created a lot of issues, you know, like all new engines sometimes do. But this engine is now about 10 years. So Peugeot PSA Group has thoroughly massaged this engine into a very refined powertrain now, and they're very familiar with it. They have improved upon it. So this engine now can be considered almost a legacy powertrain. So what we mean by that is it's reliable enough, because whatever issues that they need to iron out, they would have ironed it out over the past 10 years. So that's why the new 3008, the new 5008, you don't hear much issues with it, because now they have this new cohesive brand term called PureTech. And I think the 1.2 PureTech engine is a very good engine. Yeah. So I have to keep the speed limits. Okay, now it's 70. I need to drop it to 70. Yeah, but I have to follow the traffic flow as well. Overall, this car is a very nice car to drive. I think they balance it really well. They did not go too sporty, they did not go too uncle, roly-poly. It's just nice. Everything is just nice. The weight of the steering, the throttle pedal, the brake pedal, everything shows they put in a lot of effort to calibrate it. So I like it a lot. Very nice. And of course, it just cancelled. Weird. Yeah, maybe. So the good thing is the proximity sensor of this car, it operates automatically when you're near something instead of having to push it. That's nice. So this car, normally the adaptive the lane keep assist, right, doesn't really show up or whatever, but if I try to put the steering wheel, you see it shifts me back a little bit, and then it flashes a little signal on top and letting me know that the car just intervened. It's going to intervene again. So I really like this because it's rather subtle, very subtle. Yeah, with the 508 now. Yeah, it's a damn nice car to drive.
It is.
Small engine, fuel efficient,
Cheap road tax.
Yep. Great brakes. The brakes are fantastic.
Very good.
Now I did ask them this question in the previous generation, in the diesel GT variant, they used double wishbone suspension instead of McPherson struts. So this round, it is just McPherson all round.
And multi-links at the back.
Yeah, multi-links at the back, which really helps with the handling.
It does.
But they did explain that with this smaller, more compact, lighter body and how they adjust the weight distribution and all that, they no longer need the double wishbone that actually takes up more space up front. So in terms of packaging, McPherson struts are a very, very efficient design for front-wheel drive cars. Front-wheel drive packaging, yeah. And being a front-wheel drive car, now you guys know that I have an Audi, and we all know Audis, they tend to push the front, okay? But this one doesn't, okay? This steers really well, very eager to change direction, there's no fighting, and I like the way it leans slightly into the corners. So that is a very confident, inspiring way of letting you steer the car, because it doesn't bop around,
and
right?
It doesn't roll that much.
Yeah.
So you know, it's really lapping up these corners.
It's very fast in transitioning the weight transfer.
The weight transfer, yes.
Yeah.
And just now when you hit the brakes at that, almost at that hairpin just now, it didn't unsettle the car at all. The car just came to a sure-footed stop.
Yes.
Which is brilliant.
This shows that this car is very well calibrated. At times, when you are off the boost, no doubt it's still a small engine. Okay. So other than that, I think this is a winner here, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. But if you are aftering a family car with absolute space, if you want a lot of space, a lot of room, this one is 100% definitely not as roomy as your usual Japanese D segment cars. Okay. But this one now, they are going up against the European premium sports sedan segment, and it's more than adequate. And I find that it's not anywhere lesser in room compared to the 508 in terms of where we sit, the previous one.
Driving position is good. And I didn't have any trouble getting comfortable.
So to wrap this up, I think where Peugeot is going in their current generation of products, right, we really have to give them claps for it, you know.
You keep your hands on the wheel.
A lot of effort. They put in
both of us.
Tons of effort in every single detail. They do admit, you know, they have to change certain suppliers. They have to change to German suppliers to meet certain quality standards they wanted now. And I like the fact that they made it up front in the press conference. They tell it up front that they are aftering very precise things. And in order to achieve that, they have to go to their German peers for some of the things that they needed to achieve what they wanted with this car. And I can see the fit and finish of this car is totally one level higher than the recently launched 3008 even. Yes, it looks very similar, but in terms of fit and finish, this is another step up. So I like the fact that a car maker that continuously improves itself over the course of 1 year since the 3008 was launched.
Thereabouts,
yeah, they refined a lot of stuff, and this car is quiet, it's comfortable.
I'm just blown away by the fact that it's got frameless doors. And the NVH
so
is still
quiet.
so good.
So damn quiet.
Unbelievable.
Whether it's underbody or from wind noise, there were none of it.
None.
And this reflects something, you know. For yes, I know premium car makers, right? They can always survive with their brand. The brand itself can hold them, you know, above the rest. But if you drive these cars, if you drive like the Passat 1.8, okay, you drive these cars, right, and then you hop onto a base variant BMW or a C-Class, right, you immediately can feel these guys, when it comes to calibrating the car, tuning every little bit of it, right, they put in more effort than those base variants.
Yes,
the base variants, some of them, especially the C200, right, the gearing, sometimes it was searching for gears, sometimes it's drags on, this kind of stuff. And I think these boys are doing a very good job.
I think it's very obvious they've actually tried harder. They've actually tried harder, and they have to, because let's be frank, Peugeot doesn't have the badge value as, you know, the three-pointed star and the BMW propeller. They don't have that kind of badge value. But that means they have to try a lot harder to try and to compete. It would be so easy to throw their hands up and say, oh, we can't compete anyway, so let's just, you know, launch whatever we want, and, you know.
And it's also very easy to give up.
Yes,
right? Like certain
absolutely,
Japanese
absolutely.
car makers, right? You can see them, look at their products, right?
Yep.
They basically give up.
Give up.
They cheapify everything. They just cheapify. Yeah, there's new word.
I'm learning new words every day. Cheapify. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they do cheapify their car, and who suffers at the end? It's the end consumer.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you want to buy their car, but then you don't want to suffer when you're driving it as well. So don't cheapify your car.
Cheaper.
No, I don't want to use cheaper anymore. I'm going to use cheapify. I'm actually going to start using it in my articles.
See, that's
as
the
well.
problem with English.
Yep.
Simplify is correct.
Cheapify cannot.
Yeah, because the word doesn't exist.
Until
more people use it,
now
they add it into
start.
Oxford.
Yeah, let's start. We'll all start. We'll tell the other guys as well. The other 8.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a new word in town. It's called cheapify. Don't cheapify. Tell the car makers don't cheapify your cars. I like that word. It's got a nice ring to it.
Do we expensify our cars now?
You can expensify, don't cheapify. And so by all means expensify your car, but don't expensify it to the point where the consumer cannot afford it. But then again, don't cheapify your car to the point where the consumer suffers. I think I should stop because this is actually your video. Out! Thanks. That was Bobby's revenge.
Yeah, guys. So, I think that's a wrap up for how this car drives, and we can't wait to see this in Malaysia.
Yep.
And if I find it that one is 180 horsepower, one is 225, right?
Correct.
The differences are so small.
Yeah.
So I don't think the 180 horsepower car will lose out with a 225.
It will probably lose out only in terms of trim.
Right.
Applications like maybe the lane departure might not be there. Things like adaptive cruise control might not be in there. So I mean, if you can afford it, of course, by all means, always get the top of the line. But I don't think getting the second tier model is going to make people suffer that much either. Because inherently, down to its base points, this is a very well sorted car. It's a very well sorted car. And they've definitely not cheapified the interior. They've definitely not cheapified the exterior. It's just it's the most uncheapified car you're gonna find in the D segment. I think Bobby kind of regrets using that word right now.
Okay, guys, I think that's about it.
I think that's about it. Until later.
And I think that's about it about the new Peugeot 508. I think this is a very, very compelling product. If they got the pricing right, whether it's a 220 horsepower or the 180 horsepower, you are getting a fantastic car. A car that looks more evocative, emotional, and a car built with passion, designed with passion. We like seeing products like this. Cheers, guys.